Hey guys, welcome back to Change the Way You Think podcast. Appreciate you tuning in. I actually missed last week. I took a hiatus for a little bit. Took a break for some things to work through some stuff, so I apologize for not having one last week. But this week I'm talking about blessings. I don't have any notes. This is just going to be kind of off my head, and I hope I don't ramble too much. But it's just about how a lot of times in life, we concentrate on all the negative things, all the bad things, and we never really understand or look for the blessings, the good things that's happened in our life, right? A lot of people do not get to wake up today. They don't get to wake up next to their spouse, their child, or they've just lost somebody or something, and a lot of people concentrate on all the small things in life. I mean, all the big things in life. They don't concentrate on the things that the little things. I guess is what I'm saying. I think you have to look at the little things because they do add up. They do end up making the big things. We start worrying about all the big things all the time, and we overlook the little things. We overlook the blessings, overlook all the things that really matter to us. And it's something that I've really been working on lately, is just concentrating on the blessings, the things that God gives us. I know a lot of people don't believe in God, and that's just something that I know once I look out at the blessings, life, just nature, the trees, the way things are made, I know they come from our Creator, which I believe is God. And that's something that really gets me to focus on the blessings that we do have, even in the hard times or the bad times when we even do lose somebody. There's a blessing somewhere to look at. There's something good to look at regardless of what happens in our lives. And I think the ultimate blessing, the ultimate thing to think about is, after this life on earth, if you believe what I believe, there's a heaven, eternal peace, eternal love, where there is no suffering, there is no evil, there is no pain. And to me, that's a blessing in itself. But I also believe you have to know who Jesus is in order to get there. So that being said, I think we all need to take the time, slow down, look at what's going on in our life and the good things that happen. No matter what's happening in your life, there's a blessing. Be it your children, if your car's broke down, or if you're struggling at work, you're struggling making bills, you can't find a job. We all struggle, and we all have our own challenges in life. But it's not a challenge or a struggle in life that someone has not been through. Someone's been through everything that we've gone through, period, no matter what. And I believe that whenever we understand that and realize that there's ways to learn from that, and that's reading, just finding the people that's done what we're going through and learn from them. And I was in a mastermind kind of thing at one time, and their motto was, "You are best fit to help the person you once was." And that's kind of why I do these podcasts and do my daily videos, because me, like everybody else in life, has been through some things in life. Some people's dramatic or tragic, or I guess I don't know the word that I'm thinking of, is different than from someone else's. And I believe we all struggle and all have our problems, and they're all different, but yet someone's been through all of them, or several people's been through all of them, if that makes sense. I'm not even sure if that makes sense. But if we always focus on the struggles, the negatives, the things that was, and we never focus on the good things, the blessings, that you're healthy, or that you get to wake up, or that you get to be next to your kids, or that you can actually walk, you can actually exercise, and you start looking at those things and you realize that life is simple. It may not be easy, but it really is simple. And we don't have to focus on the negative or the huge things in life, right? I think one step at a time, one rung at a time, that's how you climb a ladder. And I believe that's how you should look at every day in life. And I don't believe you should look too far ahead. I mean, I believe that we should plan today for the future, but you also don't want to get worked up on these things that are coming that you have no control over. You don't have no control over all the big things coming your way. So if you focus on the day, focus on the good things in the day, or do your best, right? To look, I mean, it's definitely hard to do. It's easier said than done. But if you make a concentrated effort on intentionally looking at the blessings that you have, it can change your whole perspective of life, your whole perspective of that day, and you can realize that we're all here for a purpose, and that it's not the purpose isn't to be miserable or to be negative all the time or to be angry. There's times and places for that. We're meant to be on this earth to serve people. That's why we're here. That's what Jesus did, and that's what we're here for, is to serve people. We're here to help people. And the only way you can do that is if you help yourself. And I believe one of the biggest ways to do that, one, I believe, is to change the way you think. And that's why my podcast is called that. And it's something I truly believe, that if you change the way you think, you can go from chaos to peace. And you can understand that there's more than one way to look at life. And there's the, I expect the worst, and if the good things happen, good. Or there's, I expect the best, and whenever something bad happens, I'll just work through it and get through it. And I used to be the first, and now I'm the second. But I'm also that way because I just believe that if you keep staying in the same mentality, the same thoughts that you have, and it's nothing but negativity, and you're stuck in that generational curse, as some people call it, then you can never have peace. And then the second way is looking at the blessings, looking at the good things, even during the bad things. I know it's hard to understand and believe, but you have to do it. You have to look at the blessings, the good things in life, the things that give you joy, or the things that you can do that some people can't. If you can walk, there's a lot of people that can. If you can wake up, there's a lot of people that didn't. If you have a job, there's a lot of people that don't, right? If you can pay your bills, a lot of people that can't. Even if you're struggling, if you can do it, that's a blessing. If you have good friends, that's a blessing. If you have the strength to work out, if you have the strength to just be able to go do something you love, that's a blessing. And I believe if we concentrate more on the blessings and less on the negativity of life, then it's easier for you to change the way you think. It's easier to be to have more joy, and happiness comes and goes, but true joy stays with you all the time. And it stays with you because you look at the blessings, right? Like for me, my joy is to wake up every day and thank the Lord for the day. And I do every day. I read the Bible every day. I journal every day. There's things that I do every day that help me understand the blessings that I have, that I'm able to have. I'm 47. I can still move. I go to jiu-jitsu. I can still work with the best of them. I'm pretty healthy. My son's healthy. I got my own house. I have motorcycles. I have all this stuff, and it's a blessing. So whenever I start looking at, oh, poor me, this isn't going right, the houses that I rehab aren't going right, or somebody's trying to sue me for something, or just all the bad stuff that comes with life, if I concentrate on that, I can tell where it takes me. And it takes me to a dark place. So I have to pivot and figure out what I can do now to pivot from that thought to a good thought. And that's simply to look out, take a breath, and be grateful for everything that I have, that I do have, that I can come out and look at the green trees in the mornings and drink my coffee, or that in the winter, my heater works on my house. And some people's house may not even have heat. And I buy houses from a lot of people like that. And, I consider myself, I don't believe in luck, but blessed. I just do. And I know I'm using that word a lot, but that's what this is about. So, if you're not looking at this stuff, change it. Change the way you think. Turn your mindset. Look for the good in everything. Quit being so negative. Quit thinking you're the only one, first of all, that this stuff happens to in life, because it happens to everybody, or it's happened to someone. May not be the exact same thing, but everybody, like I said earlier, everybody that's going through something, someone's already been through it. So there is a way to learn and pivot from that, but you have to want to do that. You have to quit feeling sorry for yourself. You have to quit just being negative, and what you think and how you think and the people you hang around will reflect your personality, will reflect your life, will affect your life. So be grateful that you're up. Be grateful, hopefully you're listening to this, that you get to. that you're not deaf, right? That you can hear. I mean, just all these things, all these little bitty things we take for granted. Breathing. I know a girl. She's a oh, I can't. She'll get mad at me if she hears this, but she helps people that can't that lose motor skills or whatever. I can't think of what it's called right now. I feel stupid because I can't. But either way, um, some people have to learn how to breathe again. And that's something we take for granted. Or brushing your teeth. We brush our teeth and don't even think about it. Walking. We walk, we don't even think about it. So if you just turn and pivot every day and just go out there and look, man, I'm blessed. Thank you, God, for allowing me a new day. Thank you for being here. Thank you for giving me one more day with my family. And realize that, we're never promised another day, that we should live in this day, be grateful for this day that we're in, and know that our Creator gave us so many things to look at, so many things to be happy about and to concentrate on, to not let the negativity affect us, or it's always going to affect us, but not let it get a hold of us, right? Get through it, look at the good, look at the blessings, get over the negativity. And it's just something that's been heavy on my heart about it, because every now and then I'll get down. We all get down, and you have to pivot and you have to focus and you have to see, what can I do to get over this? What can I do to make this better? What's the one thing that I can do now to get over this negative feeling or this feeling sorry for myself? And I truly believe is to look at the good. Just search it, find it. It's there, I promise. And once you change that mentality, you change the way you think, you can find that true peace and that true joy in your life. And that's what life's about. It's about serving and having true joy. And that joy does not leave if you're out to serve and to help others. And you're not selfish and think this life's all about you, because having the main character syndrome is not going to get you anywhere in life but miserable. You don't have to prove anything to anybody, but you can serve everybody that you're around. And that's by the way you talk to people. That's by the way you react to people. And if you're constantly looking at all the blessings and the good things, it'll make you want to do that with a smile. Makes you want to do that with true joy, to know that, God's here. God give us another day. God's given us the power to do the things that we can do now, because a lot of people can't. And I know some people that are way worse than me. They're a lot happier than me at a lot of times in their life, because they're just grateful to be here, grateful to do the things that they can do, because they can't do everything that I can do. And to look at them is something that really amazes me. And that's what makes me think, hey, quit whining, quit being a little sissy and feeling sorry for myself, and look at what you got. Be happy with what you have. It may not be as much as others, but it's more than others, right? Some of us have more than others. Some of us has less than others. That's not what it's about. It's about being grateful for what you do have, being grateful for what you can do. So stay blessed. Look for it. Think about it every day, about what you have that's good, especially whenever you start getting negative, especially when you start feeling sorry for yourself, especially when you think things are really, really bad. Look for the good in things, and it'll make those bad things just a little bit less bad. So I hope this helps somebody. If you know somebody needs to hear this, please share it. Please subscribe. Let me know, comment. Let me know what you think on the podcast. I'm going to keep doing them. I hope it's helping people. Remember, change the way you think. Stay positive, and remember to be effective now, because now is all we have. Talk to y'all later.